Don, let's start it off with you. Don, you advise clients out there, and when they come to you and they have questions about the different candidates, are they clearer on Obama's message than McCain's? Because it does seem like McCain is having trouble actually connecting the dots and selling his platform.
You know what? I hate to tell you this, they are crystal clear on Obama's agenda, and they are terrified of it. They are absolutely terrified. They are just hanging onto their seats with white knuckles, waiting for that vote on Tuesday, pretty sure that Obama's going to win, terrified that he might end up with 60 votes in the Senate, with the Democratic majority in the Senate, so it would be filibuster-proof. And if that happens, we're going to be back to a world like the 60s and the 70s, where maybe growth is okay, but stock performance is going to be horrible, inflation is going to be horrible, and that is not a world that investors want to go back to. Make no mistake about it. I work with the biggest, most sophisticated investors in the world. Believe me, they know it, and they're right.
Keith. And Barack Obama's got some of the same smart people like Larry Summers and Bob Rubin who are on his team. Barack Obama's also got the support of Warren Buffett, who's clearly one of the smartest investors in the country, who's actually supporting Obama, not McCain. So
how about Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi? Are they the smartest investors in the country? Because they're the ones who are going to be in control, buddy. Make no mistake about it.
Well, Barack Obama will be the president, in case you forgot that, and he's the one. If
the president doesn't make the laws.
The president will be working with people who are advising him. Remember, the Republicans try to use scare tactics all the time about what's going to happen under Democratic policies, but the Democrats have actually done better with the economy than the Republicans have historically over the past 80 years. And remember, the longest economic expansion we had in peacetime was under the Clinton administration. So let me just say one thing.
Right, which was a Republican Congress. Wake up. The Republican Congress.
It was a Democratic president. Let me just can I just respond
is Clinton on the ballot this year? Did I fall asleep and Clinton is on the ballot this year? He is not part of the Clinton wing of the party. He defeated a Clinton in the primary coming from the left. So I
doesn't support raising the capital gains tax, though.
Yes, he does. He wants it to go to
15 to 28.
We haven't talked about what Fred Smith talked about before. The corporate tax rate doesn't actually work the way that we're talking about either, because the corporate tax rate will change for the positive with an Obama administration, for the public, for the average worker. Your taxes are gonna be benefited by this, not increased by this, and that's something we haven't discussed.
Just a quick response to Keith. And can a Republican win running even among investors? And why don't you think your message on capital gains has resonated with a bigger margin among investors?
I'm not sure, except...
But I want to ask you, creative and brilliant ad man that you are, what do you make of John McCain's sigh when I asked him why he couldn't win the investor class, at least among the polls?
I think it's a 72-year-old guy at the end of a long, long road, and a sigh, as we like to say in the business, is certainly not very presidential.
I mean, Joe the plumber is a major figure in the McCain campaign. It has energized and crystallized his tax-cutting message. And now Senator McCain has gone even further with respect to these investment tax cuts. I got to give him credit, Don.
Absolutely. But one thing your interview, which was excellent, did show, which is that size matters. To pay proper homage to Donnie Deutsch here today, we are looking for the big idea, and a 7.5% permanent capital gains tax rate is a big idea. The Republican Party used to be the party of ideas. McCain needs to have done that all along. There are such simple, incentives-oriented ways, say, to solve the mortgage crisis. All you have to do is tell private equity firms that they can get accelerated depreciation. If they go up and buy up en masse all of these empty subprime tract mansion zip codes, turn them into rental properties, they'll make a fortune, they'll take people out of their underwater mortgages, they'll create reasonably priced housing for people who, before they got into mortgages they couldn't afford, were renters anyway. There are simple problems. They're not bailouts, they're investment solutions. We're looking for the big idea.
Senator Salen, I thought I read something at least mildly bullish that you put out today.
Oh, are you kidding? Absolutely. I think the market has more than discounted Obama's presidency, at least in the short term. I think confidence is so shattered in the world economy that Obama's election, just getting the uncertainty out of the way, could be a boost to confidence. And Obama's such a messianic character, you know, for a couple months, he might be able to kind of talk us into feeling good about everything. And feeling good is what we need more than anything else right now. So in the short term, it could be great.
Jerry
we
Boyer?
could retrace 50% of the move we've had in the S&P.
Like
6 months from now, you're going to want to be a seller, though.
Absolutely impossible.
I want to get